It's a legend. It's Brian Cruz. Kruse Control Show. Kruse Control Show. Wow. Kruse Control Show. Kruse Control Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host as always, Brian Cruz. Welcome back everybody, happy hump day. And again, you know what's going on, it's hump day. You know what I'm gonna say to you? I hope you humped it good today, that one you love the most, because if you haven't, get off the show. Wait for the show to be done, then get off the show, because that person's waiting for you better now. Get back to it, hump it up, and have a good night. So thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control. And joining me back is my touchy, intellectual, not that kind of touchy, intellectual co-host of this evening, the man with the plan, the frothy human being, Mr. Mike Casey. How you doing, Mike Casey?
Hey, Brian, I have been accused of sensitivity before since I was a young child. I don't know. I guess it comes with us aesthetic, artistic genius types. We're just, or maybe it's just because I had a big brother who's just abusing the hell out of me the whole time. Hey, Ed, hey, Queen, hey, GR. Thanks for having me on, Brian. I'm excited. I'm from a new location this week, but we got good people in the chat. We got good people in the
Mike's
house.
here.
We got all the pre-work that you did for the show. So, hey, Pepe. I didn't even mention Pepe.
Yeah, don't leave out Pepe, man. He'll get mad at you. He really will. You gotta be careful of that mother guy. He'll go crazy. Hey, you go crazy. You go crazy, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So just you go fucking crazy. You go crazy. Okay, whatever, man. That's pep star for you. Mike, good to see you.
Little touchy Pepe, too.
He's a little touchy. He's a little touchy. But also joining us back on Kruse Control, it is Wednesday. And it wouldn't be Wednesday if we didn't have our comic king himself, everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control, Mr. Sean Sullivan. Sean, how's it going, man?
Hello, everyone. It's me again. I'm here. I'm still alive, despite what Tim Walls said. Happy to be back. Happy to be on the show. I swear to God, we did this last week. I don't know. This shit's just moving so quick. There's so much to do. It's like every day, more fucking news.
In the house.
Hello. Good to see you. Good to see the chat. We got some faces of familiar friends. Hello. Can't wait to get into it, Brian. You're looking great, by the way. You're looking really great.
That yellow tie, my God.
I'm trying.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying.
That yellow is popping.
Pepe. I'm matching Pepe, right, Pepe? Right?
We're
match. Yeah, right here, Peps. Good boy. Good to see you too, Sean. Also joining us back on Kruse Control for the second time. I'm so happy to have her back. You guys were raving about her, and of course we love her too. Actor, creator, stunt, director, producer, all the above, sensational superstar. Everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control, Miss Allie Perez. Allie, how are you doing? Welcome back.
Hey there, I'm doing great. Man, I sound really fancy when you introduce me. I should come more often just for that.
Classes it up, for sure.
Hey, I just try. I mean, it's all true though. It's all facts. But you can't mess with facts.
Point.
Pepe's sometimes
I'm not gonna lie, man. That might be the other reason I've come, because I'm just such a huge fan of Pepe.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
Well,
great,
let's keep
right?
it professional now, beautiful. Keep it professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm Pep Star, and I keeps it professional. I'm a professional.
Pepe, careful, man. He likes to hump a lot of things, so we got to be careful about him. We got to be very careful of him. But thank you for being back here on Kruse Control. I'm so happy to have you all here. It's gonna be fun. It's hump day as always, and Sean's always leading the way with the humping. So Sean, please give us your humpy dance of the day.
What?
Is it a new segment?
Is it a new thing? I'm waiting for like some kind of a.
I guess he didn't rehearse today.
It's
okay.
I did not.
He'll get you now. There we go. That's what I told you. Practice
Okay.
that. There we go.
He's going to keep pimping you if you respond to it.
Pump
This
it
is
up,
it. You
Sean.
keep putting my fucking mug on the screen. This is what you get.
Well, that was good. But we'll see what the audience see out there. Everything about Sean's little dance, let us know. Hey, look at that Queen. Yeah, nice, good to see you, Queen. Yeah. Amazing. But it doesn't matter what day it is. If Sean's doing a dance on a Wednesday, a Thursday, on the moon, on a Sunday, it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, any other week, there's always one thing going on, everybody, and that is a lot of breaking news. Come on. Woo, 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 woo. Well, the very first thing I'll talk about, Mr. Casey, is Eugene Levy and Dan Levy. They are apparently in a negotiation right now to co-host the Emmys. And they actually won in 2020. Like, they were actually first father-son duo to win the Emmys in 2020. And now they might be the very first father-son duo to actually host the Emmys. I love these guys. If you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, watch Schitt's Creek. It's so good. These two, they are very cute. I mean, that's the kind of face you want to see when you're humping a pie. That's for sure. When you see Eugene Levy, so that's all I'm saying. He's just a sensational superstar. Him and his son are amazing. But Disney's not that amazing because they're raising prices again, everybody. And I know there'll be some backlash on this. People be freaking out, but the price hike's going down October 17th. Disney Plus is going up to $9.99 with ads from $7.99. And if you're paying for those ad blockers, you don't want those ads, it's going up to $15.99. And also Hulu's going up on top of that, and their ESPN Plus Hulu's going up to $9.99 as well. And without ads, it's going up to $18.99. ESPN Plus is going up to $11.99, an extra $1, and Hulu Live TV is going up to $82.99. And with no ads, $95.99. So Disney,
what plan is that? That's $100 goddamn dollars a month. What are you talking about?
That's called the Disney Needs More Money plan, Mike. That's what that's called. That's called. They didn't make enough money on Deadpool Wolverine, but they didn't make enough money with this. So Deadpool Wolverine 2 on top of that. So Taylor Swift wasn't it. We know she wasn't in it, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were upset. Yep, a lot of people were upset. Yep. But I will say this, though, because Sean Levy came forward and he was like, okay, I was really worried because there's all these rampant rumors going around that she was going to be Dazzler in this. And he said it was so very loud. We were worried that we're actually going to hurt her fan base and be upset about this and they wouldn't go see the movie. Now that didn't happen. People probably came out to see it because they thought she might be in there. And people were actually very happy with it. I know I was, and we talked about it last week. We'll probably always talk a little more about that movie because it did really add a lot to the MCU right now and brought Hugh Jackman back. So it's great. So don't worry about it. He was there. Everybody's happy. That franchise will be fine. And also Lando's franchise will be fine because Lando is still moving forward. The movie version, everybody, with Donald Sutherland. Donald Glover. Sutherland. Donald Glover. Why do I have Sutherland in my head? I don't know.
Bring back Donald Sutherland.
I'm gonna give myself one about that.
Very different version of Lando.
Donald, right? That's a multiversal shit right there, Mike. But Donald Glover is coming back for the movie version. Now, there's speculation this was canceled. Now, the creator of the original series on Disney Plus, that got canceled, and he was talking about that being canceled. And everyone thought that meant that all of Lando was done. It is not. It's moved forward as a movie over there for Disney, and Donald's very much a big part of it. Still, this is moving forward, and you'll probably get to see him one more time back on the Star Wars stage. And you're also going to see House of the Dragon a little bit more, at least 2 more seasons. That's right. Now that season 2 is done, they've announced we're getting 3rd season and 4th season. That 3rd season is not even going to start shooting until early 2025. Like, damn, it takes so long for these shows. It takes way too long. And this last season, if you ask me, was a little boring. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that happened, but it was so slow out the gate for a long time. I don't know if anybody's been watching it, but it was so slow for me. I still enjoyed it. The production value was awesome. The acting's amazing. Just I wanted more like, I want more blood and guts and dragon lore. I don't know. I didn't get enough. That's all I'm saying. I just didn't get enough. Nobody's
dragons. That's what you said.
Oops, no dragon. There were plenty of dragons, but there just wasn't enough like destruction with the dragons, I guess. But there was plenty of destruction over on that Rust side, everybody. And the prosecution came forward right now, and they were talking about how this case shouldn't have been thrown out, and how the judge was actually pushing for this to be thrown out multiple times, looking for any excuse to throw it out. And of course, this was thrown out, as we talked about not too long ago. It's funny, when Allie was here last, we were talking about how this was just starting, and now it's gone, it's over with, and it's done. But the special prosecutor said that this shouldn't happen. Carrie Mossier, I can't say her last name. What's up, Phil? Good to see you, man. Welcome to Kruse Control. It is live. Welcome to Kruse Control. But the judge, Mary Marlowe Summer, she said they're looking for an excuse the whole time, and that the armorer should not be thinking she's getting out of jail free card, not pass and go, collecting $200 and all that shit, because she's gonna fight to keep her in jail because the stipulations that it was thrown out came out later, and that wasn't involved with that case. So honestly, she should cry her a river. She's saying, just like Justin Timberlake's crying a river because he had his license suspended, and it's gonna happen, dude. You got a DUI. It happens. DWI, where they're calling, whatever's hip these days, whatever the kids call drinking and driving these days. I don't know. That's Gen Z. They might know for me. I don't know what it's called because it always changes every state you go to. But anyways, his license was suspended. Now, did the show drag on? Get it? Drag on? William Buck Rogers, you son of a
Get
bitch.
him on
I love
the show. Get him on the show. Wow.
But at 43 years old, he might have to appear up in court for the next round coming down August 9th. We'll have to wait and find out. I know he's not happy, but I'm saying between him and Alec Baldwin, they might have to do a lot of shrinking to figure all their stuff out. But Shrinking is coming back. Season 2, I can't wait for this shit. It's so good. Man, look at this comic. You can't help but smile seeing these two, right? But Wednesday, October 16th, we're getting Shrinking Season 2. And we got Brett Goldstein coming in here too, like from freaking Ted Lasso. So good. Freaking Roy Kent himself. I can't wait to see what he brings to the product. Friend of the show, Kay Jacob, actually worked on this, and I know he wouldn't tell me shit. I'm not happy about that. I'm whopping him too. I love you, Kay Jacob. But I will say this. I'm excited to see where this goes. You can't, spread rumors and tell the truth what happens on set when you work on set. You send contracts, so it happens. But, Zack Snyder can't be stopped, though, because the Rebel Moon director's cuts are out for both parts, and I don't care. I don't care. I mean, maybe someone else will. I know Sean's super enticed to see these movies. I don't care. I'd rather see Evil Dead, the animated series, coming forward. I can't wait for this. It's going to be a movie, though, most likely, because Bruce Campbell said, hey, I want to do this because my voice is still young. My body, not so much. My voice can keep being Ash, and I can say, hail to the king, baby, all day long. And they talked about this for a while, but it is moving forward. I'm happy to see we still have some breadcrumbs for Evil Dead, the animated movie, coming forward. I can't wait to see it. Hail to the king, baby. Shop smart. Shop at S-Smart. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. So happy to have you all here tonight. And it's going to be fun. I know Seth 10 topics. I didn't go crazy on you tonight. I'm trying to keep the show down a little bit. I'm trying to keep it, trying to keep this smooth. Like Mike's buttocks. I'm trying to keep it smooth,
You haven't seen my buttocks in a while, Brian.
I guess I'll find out soon enough. Anyways, this is that time where we get 1 minute on the clock for their hot takes. Let's do it. The funny thing is they could not hear you, Mike, so that went to the wind. So whatever you think Mike said, I have not seen his buttocks.
Patreon.
A lot of breaking news, everybody. So I'll talk about some hot takes right now, because this is that time. Put that 1 minute on the clock for all my guests. Have that 1 minute. Break down their hot takes for all the latest breaking news. This is all 10 topics from our last segment. Can they make it before the bomb blows up? Or their time be up, they're done, and their takes are over with. We never hear them again. We hear from them again. They can keep talking, but that buzzer will go off, and I will say, sorry, guys, your hot takes are done, and it's up to you, the audience, fans of Kruse Control, to tell us who wins hot takes. Who will be our humpiest hot taker today? That's the question, Mike. Who's going first?
Brian, I would go first, but I'm so full of falafel right now. The spiciness hasn't had time to migrate its way through to my brain. So I need to wait for that.
I know that pain, yeah.
Hey, here we go.
I go.
Oh, this is the wrong one. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Shop smart. Shop S-Smart.
That's a little delayed. Sean, you feel you're spicy. You won the meat raffle. What am I talking about? I know you're ready to go.
I'm so excited. Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy.
Ain't nothing but love in the room.
Happy to lead us off. Why the hell not?
Yep. Sean, you got this, man. You've always got this. It's hump day. He's feeling good. He feels like he was just here yesterday. So he's been already running through this stuff in his head, ready to rock and roll. So, Sean, here we go. Get serious. Get sassy. Get your infrastructure together. Get yourself on pace. And I'm back and get ready for hot takes. Here we go. Anyways, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Woo! I think we're ready for it. Hot takes.
All right. Great. The Emmys need the levies more than the levies need the Emmys. The levee is not dry. There's a joke for you there. Disney's raising. What's not raising? The temperature's raising. Prices are going up. Inflation. This Bidenomics. Let's not get political. Are Taylor Swift fans mad at Deadpool? That's fine. That's okay. I get it. The rumors started. You need to kind of fill that, kind of lexicon with some disinformation there, Ryan Reynolds. That's fine. You gave us an okay movie. That's okay. We can move on. Lando, yeah, let's keep Donald Glover working for 1,000,000 years. Never want to see him stop. House of the Dragon, didn't watch it, don't even give a shit. Yes, it's too slow. Baldwin's Trial, SpaghettiOs. Justin Timberlake license suspended. If you're rich and you're drinking, get a fucking Uber. I can get an Uber. I got a 4.8. Check it out. Shrinking. Wonderful show. One of the only reasons I will probably get an Apple TV Plus there. Rebels Moon, we need to stop Zack Snyder. It's too late. And Animal Animated Evil Dead update, please. Keep coming.
Keep it coming and great. Thanks there, Sean. Woo! Give him the pop circumstance.
Everybody, I appreciate this.
How you feeling, Sean?
Oh God, better until this emoji shit. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, doing good. That felt good. That felt all right. You know, 6 seconds first.
Yeah, no, right.
You know?
Well, it just starts again when I pick it again. It doesn't stop.
You know,
The audience will keep clapping, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, I am expecting a certain I'm expecting a certain Evil Dead joke from you. So.
Oh no, I don't have it. I don't have it, Sean. Just make it now if you've got it.
Can't wait to hear it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So Mike, are you going to pass the baton over to Allie, or will you take on that hot take mantle and go next?
I don't know. Sean didn't make it easy for us at all. But Allie's got a great look on her face, and
Allie,
fun in the chat is he's begging for it. So I think we're ready for you.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Allie, are you ready for this? You think you got the hot takes in your mind, ready to kick some ass, throw them down there, and dominate the hot take master role tonight?
I am so ready.
She's got it. I believe in you, Allie. That's fierce. Sorry, Sean, you're going down.
That's
all
fine.
right. Hot takes. In 3, 2, 1. Woo! Hot takes.
Okay, so leaving us to host the Emmys. I think it's going to be adorable. Great, big fan. Disney prices rising. We know that the mouse is a greedy son of a gun. Okay, they're raising prices to consumers and paying actors as little as possible, and I'm sure in various crew as well. It's nonsense. Taylor Swift fans mad at Deadpool. I don't know. Probably. And is Lando still moving forward? Happy about that. We would love watching everything that he does. House of the Dragon. I'm gonna wait till that show's over to watch it. So who knows? Baldwin's Trial. I think you guys could put together from last time. I think this is freaking BS. I think it was stacked in his favor to begin with. I hate. Justin Timberlake, I think it's a publicity stunt. I think that his his next music thing was not going well, and it was a way to get out of it. Shrinking, great. Rebel Moon, okay. Animated Evil Dead, hooray!
Yeah! Great! Thanks! Woo! Yeah! Great hot takes, Allie. Woo! A lot going on there. I know there's a lot going on. Oh, I'm excited about Evil Dead. I just want to see that. You're at that Baldwin thing, Allie. Yep. Baldwin strikes again. Hopefully not.
I think you nailed it on the Justin Timberlake thing. I think I remember like seeing that conspiracy theory laid bare a little bit when that happened. Like sales aren't going well for concerts everywhere. Like the Fugees and Lauryn Hill, like that show just got quietly canceled. It's not a good time for
canceled. Yep.
He's due for a heel turn.
He's due for a heel turn, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. This might be his time. But I mean, if he is trying to get out of that, that's a big conspiracy, I would say. If he is trying to get out of it, based off of ticket sales going crazy. I mean, I keep hearing that. Maybe that's what it is. It could be.
Yeah. Who knows?
Mike, do you got a hot take on that at all?
Guessing here. You know, we don't know shit. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a longtime member of the Illuminati. We're all his puppets and fans. So.
You start the clock yet. I didn't start the clock yet. Come on, Mike. Be professional.
I didn't know it was supposed to be part of the. All right, okay. I'll save it for the game.
Haha! All right, here we go, Mike. Get frothy, foamy. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Bam! Hot takes.
I don't know what joke Sean wants to make about Evil Dead. This is my boomstick. I'm eager to see how this plays out. Hey, what a surprise! Rebel Moon got a director's cut. Who could have seen that coming? Levies to host the Emmys. Pluralizing those terms is problematic. Apostrophes aren't for plurals. Disney's raising streaming prices. Get rid of it. Go to the library, everyone. I'm still holding out hope that Taylor Swift is in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm an optimist. Lando movie, I'm pissed. Make it a series, guys. House of Dragon, there's no Tyrion Lannister. Like, the appeal is just not there. Come on, Alec Baldwin, commit some new crimes, okay? Like, we're sick of this one. It's played out in the cycle. Baldwin, more like Harry Loss. JT got his keys taken away, but JTT still has the keys. To my heart, Brian, is Shrinking any good? I haven't seen it. I just figure, what's his name? Han Solo's just gonna be old and crusty.
Mike, you gotta check it out. But you got your hot takes!
Hey.
Thank you, Brian.
Go, Mike.
The important part. I want to know what Sean joke that Sean didn't make for Evil Dead that he thought that I was sure to make.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta look up the right spelling of this. I don't want to say this the wrong way and get thrown into a portal or anything. I thought you were gonna do a Klaatu Barata Nickelodeon or something. Nicktoons. Okay, that's it. That's all. You've done one of those jokes before.
That was
Swear to God,
incredible.
It's good.
You've had a Klaatu Barata Nickto before. I
That's
know.
true.
I know.
I've used it.
But yeah, all right.
I would say at some point. Well, put it out there to pull everybody. Tell us who you think is the hot take master tonight. Right now, pull away. Just pull away.
Stiff competition today.
It's stiff today. Yes. Ellie, let me ask you quickly. Like honestly, that Alec Baldwin thing. Were you shocked by it though when you saw that this got thrown out? Because it was so early in the trial, and all of a sudden it was like, whoop! You believe this prosecution that they were trying to get rid of this right off the bat?
I think they were trying to get rid of it. I absolutely think they were trying to get rid of it.
There we go.
I was really, if anything, I was pissed. I think that's garbage. I think it lacks accountability. I don't know if I had seen this the last time I was out here. Jensen Ackles talked about how there was real bullets. It turned out in his, they found them in his holster as well.
Yeah.
So multiple people had bullets on them and had no idea. And like Queen actually asked, why were they using real bullets? They were not on purpose using real bullets. The actors had no idea that these firearms had been used with real bullets. However, some crew members were screwing around using these guns for target practice and put everybody's lives in danger.
Yeah, you should never be doing that ever. We saw what happened.
They failed so many levels of safety. And I just want to get ahead of Tim in the chat.
I was not about to put that up.
We're not putting that up. Don't put that up. Don't do it, Brian. I can see you thinking about it. Don't do it.
I see it. I'm not going to put it out there.
We're doing a clean show. Any situation. Any situation. But I've got way worse stories on Tim, whatever he says.
Yeah, careful, Tim. You better watch out what you throw out there, man. I might get thrown back
some things.
Twice bad. He's dancing around like naked and on a Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We've all seen
a couple drinks.
Yeah, watch out for him. Watch out for the guy king everybody.
A sorority girl. He's basically a sorority girl.
Yeah,
I've always loved about him.
Mike, you were saying that you want to see Lando as a series. You're saying as opposed to a movie. Why is that? You think they could do like 3 movies out of this? Do you think it'd be better as that Disney Plus? Because they've been having a lot of problems with Disney Plus series as it is, especially Star Wars ones.
The Star Wars series are hurting right now, man. And Don Glover had been developing this project with his brother for a long time. Like, I just think that there's so much juice in the character. Like, I don't know if I just want to see that blasted all on one movie. Because the thing is, Lando Calrissian, he is charisma. Pure charisma oozing at you on the screen. He's like very much a kind of character that you can like get behind, and you're going to root for, even when he's morally questionable. So he can play kind of the bad guy. I just think that'd be a really interesting take for a protagonist to kind of throw him at some of the Star Wars stories, and we'd probably actually get to see that whole thing that they do sometime of like, okay, this is like a little bit morally ambiguous character, but we're getting to see like why he actually is, like why he has a good heart and where some of their motivation comes from. I just see the juice there. So like I don't know. It feels like a waste to blow it all on one movie or two movies or three movies. Like, because really, do you want three new Star Wars world expanded universe movies? I do not.
They're trying something. Sean wants the taxes still. He wants to see about those taxes, right, Sean? How they do taxes?
They have a very complicated ecosystem. I mean,
has a stormtrooper been the emperor before? These are the questions that Sean wants to ask. Maybe back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna happen. I don't think Ahsoka didn't answer him for me. Andor didn't answer him for me. Holy shit! Sorry, there's a big storm here, so if you lose me, it's from that.
Okay.
But no, we're not getting Jedi accountants. Some kind of prequel or anything like that. But no, like I think Lando is an interesting character. I think Donald Glover was was a really good part of that movie in Solo, and I like the guy, and I would like him to continue acting and living and working and all that kind of good stuff.
You don't actively want him to die, okay?
Yeah.
Please keep living and working.
I wish Donald Glover well. That's what I'm basically
He's
saying.
not hurting for work, though. He is not hurting for work. So I mean,
no, he creates his own little worlds. I mean, this Bando Stone thing's going to be huge.
Lando Bando.
Maybe he's the next Mandalorian. There you go. All right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, Sean.
You said stormtroopers are going to be the emperor, so you can't.
It's not going to happen. I mean, never going to happen. Never going to happen. Just so you know, there's a little bit of lag in your camera, just so you know, because I'm going to tell you just in case. But I don't know if there's any fixing that. There's a refresh or something.
I don't know there's anything I can do to fix it.
I don't think so. It's fine though. He's back. He's back. He's back. And we also have a winner for Hot Takes, everybody. So the night is moving forward, and I'm excited to see who is the Hot Take master for this evening. I know you are too, everybody out there. Who won today? Who is going to be able to hold that crown and be the Hot Take master of it's 7th of August? Our winner is Miss Ellie Perez. Congratulations, Ellie. You won Hot Takes. Woo! Holy hearts and some balloons. How about some confetti? Woo!
Great job.
Congratulations.
Thank you to my public.
Yeah, that was awesome. Great hot takes across the board, everybody. Great hot takes across the board. It was pretty awesome. So thank you all for participating in that. It was good. Oh, I don't want that right now. What are you doing? I don't know why. The power of love's always in the air here, so randomly it just wants to play, just has a moment, and Peppy might have done it. Yeah. Yeah, Peppy probably did it. Anyways, everybody, great hot takes. Thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control tonight. We're always kicking ass, having a great time, talking about some subjects, but also someone that's always kicking ass is John Wick, everybody. And John Wick might be gone, but not gone, because again, there's another one coming, even though he died, spoiler alert. But on top of that, too, another new series from John Wick moving forward. So can we talk about John Wick?
Sure.
So John Wick is continuing forward. John Wick Under the High Table. Under the High Table in action, a live action series executive produced by Keanu himself. And on top of that, we have Chad Stahelski coming in to direct the pilot episode. Now Chad has done all of the John Wick movies. He again is in charge of the John Wick universe as it is. He's Keanu's old stunt actor who was actually working for him for years, and then he decided to like write this movie. He came to Keanu, and Keanu was like, okay, let's go for it. And then look what happened. Look what can happen. You never know. He had a great idea and it moved forward. Now a million people like love this franchise. Now we have spinoff after spinoff. Now we have this spinoff coming, and it's going to continue right after the events of John Wick. So right after the ending of the credits, all that's done this last movie, we're picking right up with this new story moving forward. And again, it's going to be at the end of this chapter 4. So John Wick has left the world at the high table in a tenuous position, and a collection of new characters will look around to make them a name for themselves, and then we'll see where that goes from there. So they're going to have some new characters, old characters, but again, it's going to be new people stepping forward and trying to fill that John Wick gap now that he's been essentially murdered off. But he's not, I guess, because there's always like a chance, and so there's money there, so why would we not do more John Wick? That's what they say. Again, these do so well. Why would you stop? That's the question. That's the question. Allie, what do you think? Should they stop making these John Wick movies, spin-offs, prequels, sequels, trequels, all this stuff? Do you think it's a good idea to move forward this franchise this way? Or do you think they should have just left John Wick in the grave? Done.
I think
Done.
a series makes way more sense to me than more movies at this point. Like, I don't think I can handle more of the movies. I didn't watch the last one. Like, I have lost my investment. But, a prequel, a sequel, something adjacent in that world that's not just this one story that we're beating to death. That sounds pretty good.
There's going to be new
Beating to
cast
death
members
like his
too?
dog.
Oh, I'm giving that away.
Was he even or did he get shot?
Hey, he got murdered bad. I feel so bad for that dog.
Murdered real bad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Other people, like same world, other people.
Yeah.
That
That's a good thing about it.
Me.
That's good to have like a new cast of characters coming in, new opportunities for actors. Again, I would imagine there's a lot of stunt stuff that happens on these, has in the movies. I wonder if a lot of stunt like coordinators and I should say the coordinators push forward any stunt actors to actually get speaking lines. I would think so, right, Allie?
Yeah. If they can help it, they like to push stunt actors forward. A lot of stunties do not like to have speaking parts. Just
Really?
FYI, a lot of stunt guys are just like, I'm not an actor. I'm a stunt guy.
Oh,
Like
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, there's actually, they're kind of hoity-toity about it. There's some snobbery because they're like, oh, actors suck at stunts, so they're too good to, like I'm too good as an actor.
Like, yeah, I can just.
Awfully classist. I don't like that.
I get it though. People are like that a lot of times though too. I get it. It's like this is what I do. This is what I do. Like, and like you want to pay me more? Maybe I'll go outside my job. But that happens a lot of times on set too. And if you're good at something, you're good at something. That's my niche. And there's been a lot of stunts in these, so I'm excited to see. I bet this show will probably be like on Peacock. I'm guessing because that's where most of the John Wick stuff's been going.
Yeah, why the fuck not? Yeah.
Why not? Throw in the cock and hopefully it does well. We'll see.
Lay it right on there.
87 North is involved, and they the leader of them, it was formerly XMA Action Stunts. It's Mike Chatt. He was a Blue Ranger. And so it's a lot of his people there doing the tricking and the stunts.
All right.
A Blue Ranger? No, is this a branch of the military or was he a Power Ranger?
Power Ranger.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Are we talking Dino Force? Are we talking when they were a rescue ranger?
Lost your mind.
I think
Which
I
is
want to
this
say it was
one
like
when they were
Samurai, when they were samurais
Samurai?
or something like
Okay.
that.
Time Cop?
Yeah.
There's a
GR was a
like the
Blue
second or
Ranger,
third
wasn't
iteration.
he? Isn't
Yeah,
that what he
he
did in the
was.
service?
I think he really was.
WW2, yeah, that was what he was. Power Rangers at WW2.
Happy, were you a Blue Ranger at all, man?
Nah, that gives me agita.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yellow Ranger, look at him.
Yeah, he is a Yellow Ranger. Yellow Ranger, right, Peps? Yeah, Yellow Ranger. Yep, he likes that. Mike, what do you think about this? You think that John Wick should continue forward as a spin-off series? Does that make sense to you? They already have Continental over there on Peacock. We have more coming for Ballerina's still coming. Do you think this will fit into that universe well, and this is something they should proceed? Or do you think that this franchise is getting a little bit overworked and underpaid? How do you feel about this, Mike?
Well, I'm with Allie on. I never saw the fourth one. I saw the first three in theaters. The primary concern that I have, Brian, is that they did a great job on Daredevil with with their choreography, but John Wick is a sumptuous balletic visual feast. And that's something that they have a little bit more time to explore in the movie format, I think.
I didn't know you knew him that personally, Mike.
I think you can be a little bit more tactical about your usage of lenses and the shots that you're making, and then you can do 60 rounds of whatever shot that you're trying to get. So you can just get some kind of crazy magical stuff like that. I mean, Keanu knows. He's been doing it since back in the Matrix days, and I'm sure every project he's been on, practically, they're innovating in terms of the visual grammar that they're trying to put out there on the screen. Will I watch it, Brian? Yeah, not if it's on Peacock.
Oh, now it's on Peacock.
Don't care that much. If they, I'll wait for the
Disney.
DVDs to come out. Right, Disney, right. Yeah, I'll wait for the DVDs to come out. I'll wait for the Blu-rays to come out. I'll let some people get sick of them. I'll let them donate them to the library. Then I'll go and I'll get them at the library and then I'll watch them. I'm sick of the streaming shit, Brian. I'm like completely fed up with it.
All strategy.
Peppy, are you gonna do that?
I strongly disagree.
Oh, okay. You got any words to say to Mike, though, Peppy?
Sorry.
But you can't read.
Oh, okay. Sean, how do you feel about this? Are you excited day one? If it's on the cock, you're going to subscribe, get in there, and get all up in that business? Or do you think that this should be subdued, put away in a corner, put in a little box, and let John Wick be rest in peace as he's supposed to be with his wife away from the big screen and no more shooting? How do you feel, Sean?
I'm fine for this universe to continue and expand and extend in whatever direction they want to. I think that this particular style and universe really could probably do well in like an anthology series, like a True Detective, Fargo kind of mentality. I'd be fine for that. Yeah, like wouldn't that be cool? Like again, how do they do taxes? But there's a lot of good there. We like an action series. This honestly, like, I feel like AMC would have made this, in a parallel universe when they were putting out a ton of shit.
That would be the shit, man.
Right? Like they had that era where they were doing they were trying their hand at like action series for a while. I don't remember any of the names of those shows, but they tried. So this could fit. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. My mom said when she watched this movie, it was a laugh a minute, and I was like, what? Because there's a lot of murder, right? A lot of gun fu and stuff.
Yeah.
She was just cracking up.
Well, that's great.
That I was home for Christmas, and I haven't seen any of the movies. I'll be completely honest.
Were you in the other room?
But I recognize the appeal.
Were you in the other room? Like you heard her laughing? You're like, what are you laughing this hard about? It's just John Wick murdering some people.
We just killed this guy's dog.
Like, what?
Is this a comedy?
Yeah, specifically, any close-ups of bullets going through brains or whatever. Like she was just having herself a good old laugh.
You thought she was watching Schitt's Creek.
Anything that's
like
gonna make my mom smile and laugh. Let's give her as many series as she wants. Right now, she's on an Outlander kick, so we gotta
let her get into that too, huh? That's great. So
get into whatever the fuck she wants.
The Sean's mom thing, it's a comedy. Yeah, that's that's how I feel.
Way to go.
That. But I don't know. I think I agree with the live. I think the series thing is great, right? We go to a series, it makes more sense. We're venturing out, like Ali was saying, getting opportunities for actors, and again, also more people that are doing stunts as well. Ali, I imagine there's a lot more stunt jobs on TV. There's less and less these days. People are getting like cheaper. They're getting more formulaic, and how many procedures can you have without stunts? You have a random thing, but there's not as much work there. And a show like this will only incentivize that. Where do you shoot people? Well, that's also the worry with the rifle stuff.
No,
the gun stuff.
Cheat people.
Okay. Wait.
Ryan,
I know I've got lag because
I can't be honest. Not political. All right.
Sorry. I'm not political. I'm just saying where can you shoot people? You can't shoot people. Okay, don't shoot people. Don't shoot dogs.
It's the other market.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. Yeah. Right, Peppy. Don't shoot people.
I love this news. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks, Peppy.
Okay.
Holla.
Off the
They do
rails.
many
Off
of
the
these
rails,
things.
guys.
What was that, Allie? What'd you say,
They
Allie?
do many of these things, these stunt things, in some of these other markets.
Oh.
So doing things, stunt stuff, whatever, in other markets, places like New Mexico, where it is kind of the Wild West, where you've got a lot of people who want to be involved but haven't got the experience, and so they don't know that they can fight for certain things in their contracts, or they don't know that they should be paid as a stunt person, and it really sucks. It really sucks that
Yeah, it's like they have
studios are finding ways to just keep the people who are at the bottom every time.
That's exploitation. That damages everybody.
for sure. Yeah.
It happens. It happens all the time, though. It happens all the time.
It's
and
Wild
it's
West.
like people just don't know. And it happens, and it's like what happened on Westworld years back too. Like people didn't know what they were signing. They're all of a sudden they had to do mouth to genital simulation, genital to genital shit. It's just like they're like, I have to do this.
You
Why
heard about
sign the
those calls
contract,
too, right?
Oh
It
yeah,
wasn't even
You heard
Wednesday.
about those calls too, right? Like, well, I'm sorry,
Good one,
because
Mike.
when I remember hearing stories from other people who did background work on that show, that they basically would show up, didn't agree to do nudity, but were
Yep.
in like an orgy scene, and
All the time.
some PA is like, "So take your clothes off," and they're like, "What? I didn't sign up for that."
I'm a professional. I'm working on set. Like, what are you talking about?
And they're like,
Like,
"Oh,
what
the
do you-
rate's higher. Take your clothes off."
Yeah, you get double time starting on single time. So get in there and get naked.
Everything I learn about this industry, I just don't
sleazy
enjoy. I don't like this at all.
PA Brian character.
I don't like this.
But
Yeah, take your pants off.
Not good.
without deviating all the way, like bringing it back around, just kudos, to our John Wick. Keanu is actually a guy who takes the tactical stuff really seriously, goes to places like Terran Tactical and does the real legit training. You know who hasn't shot anybody on set? Keanu.
Oh yeah, Keanu. Thanks for being the man. And we have a question from Against Your Rules to Allie. What is more difficult, stunts or acting?
That depends on the physical stunt. If it's something I can't do, I guess it's stunts. But
Have you had a
it's more
stunt that you
about the
couldn't do?
level.
Have you done? If there's been a stunt you're like, I can't do this before.
No, not personally, because you agree in advance. So if somebody wants me to do some kind of crazy flip that I can't do, I just tell them I don't know how to do that, and they won't hire me for the job.
Well, that's it's funny. It's amazing you do that because you know how this is in this business. Sometimes people are like, "Yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that," and they show up on set. They're like, "Oh, you really meant that I had to do that?" And it's like, that's what you agreed upon. You signed the contract. I know a lot of people that I guess I'm gonna ice skate tomorrow, and I'm like, you can't fucking ice skate. You don't know how to ice skate. You've never been around ice, buddy. But that's being a professional. I'd be like, I can't do that. But I would say, like, yeah, you're probably right about that. It comes down to what the stunt would be. Like, if you're jumping off a building on fire, I'd imagine that's a little bit more difficult than handing off a check and be like, that'll be $10.50, please. I'm just saying.
No. And there's a reason for it too. There's a reason people skirt the rules, and there's a reason for that. In stunts, they're usually pretty specific. Like, this is what we need you to do, and usually they're pretty right on. But sometimes in commercials, they say, "Well, we need somebody who's basically a professional at this," and then you're holding the item. I'm holding a guitar, but you had to be a real player.
Yeah, it's dumb. They could not, but it's okay. But you know what? Honestly, that's more work for you and more for the people. So, like, why not open that door and let that happen?
Yeah.
Because I think it's fantastic. But it can be difficult doing stunts. People don't know. People know some of that inside stuff. So thank you so much for sharing that too, Allie. And was it called Against the Machine? Was that the name of that? What that was, Mike?
Against your rules.
Against Your Rules. I guess I had Rage Against the Machine in my head for some reason. It's right in the Gates of Funk. Came in my head for a second. So
Combative kind of persona that's
But despite all your rage,
person is trying to share.
yeah, still a rat in a cage. Speaking of rage, Robert Downey Jr. has a lot of rage these days as Dr. Doom moving forward. And there's a little bit leak people are saying online we're going to get for Doomsday. So we got to talk about that in Comic Corner. Come on. That's you, Sean. He'll admit it one day. Sean used to be a stock footage person for a long time, stock footage actor, just like what was his name from Shang-Chi? He did it for a long time too.
Oh, right.
So yeah, so that's okay, Sean. It's okay, man. But anyways, Robert Downey Jr., as we know, has been cast as Dr. Doom. We talked about this last week, but now the rumors going around rampant about what's he going to do. Is he Tony Stark? Is he a variant? What's going to happen? And apparently the rumor is, and it's coming from multiple people, My Time to Shine is one who's been kind of right, but kind of wrong recently, because the Deadpool rumors that they were putting out there weren't 100% there. There were characters like I got Patrick Stewart wasn't in there. But on top of that, too, Reitman came forward, who's also a big person that's given a bunch of different rumors out there saying that, yes, he will be playing a Tony Stark variant that is Dr. Doom. And his idea, everybody, is he is the one to save the universe. And by doing that, he must take everybody and put them all on one big planet called Battle World. And in Battle World, he will rule Battle World because he's the only person that can save the universe. Which kind of lines up, I think, with what they're saying with how Secret Wars is supposed to go. Go to Sean for a second. But on top of that, he's kind of like Thanos, of course. But on top of that, they're saying between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and this is, again, if this is true, he's going to win. In Doomsday, that'll be what happens. He'll win. The Avengers will fucking scramble. We'll have Battle World form, and then we'll have to destroy or stop Doom in Secret War. But on top of that, they're saying that here's the catch, though, Sean, that I think you actually might like too, which I thought was very interesting, is that what they're going to do is every movie in between will take place on Battle World. So if there's any movie that is scheduled to release in between those two movies, you will have them, all those characters dealing with those ramifications of Doomsday. And now we have like a crazy post-apocalyptic world with like Spider-Man. That could be interesting. Which they already wanted Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man in there. Sony wanted that shit. So maybe you'll get everybody, Andrew Garfield in there, Tobey Maguire. They're all like pew, 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 pew together, all the Aunt Mays.
You sold me. I'm watching it. I'm there.
Pew, pew. Aunt May's there, every form. She's back. We got Uncle Ben's alive somehow. We got 5 Venoms that are from like the comic books. I don't know. But I mean, it can be interesting. I think it'd be interesting. I think that's a great premise. Sean, does that align with the comics? And do you think that's where they will go with this? Is there any kind of like inspirational comic book facts that make this actually seem reality?
Okay, guys. Hello, it's me, resident comic book guy. We're going to be talking about Secret Wars, written by Jonathan Hickman with fantastic art by Esad Ribic. Now, Secret Wars was a culmination of Hickman's run on the Avengers, which dealt and introduced the idea of incursions. Incursions? I've heard that term before. Yes, you have. It was in Doctor Strange, Madness, Multiverse of Madness, and fuck my camera.
He's having an incursion.
I'm in incursion right now. It's incursions. And that posited, yes, worlds are coming together, and ultimately there's going to be destruction of the universe. Doom, the badass that he is, kind of takes the reins and says, fuck it, we're not going to allow that. I'll do what no one else has the power to do and harness the power of the Beyonder. And essentially remake the world using Molecule Man into Battle World. What a lovely little map you've got there.
Hey.
Battle World is a really interesting idea because essentially, yes, you could have all the movies that go in between Doomsday and Secret Wars be these one-off little else-worldy kind of things. The problem that Secret Wars had with Battle World when it was happening is you essentially just had a lot of great stories ruined by the overarching narrative of Secret Wars. So the main series itself was, about these stowaway heroes, these survivors, kind of banding together and trying to take the power away from Doom and trying to reset the world to how it was. Doom, it was a fantastic series. I highly recommend reading it. And if it's where the Marvel Universe is heading, I think we got a lot of fun in store. If this is really going to be, I don't know how much of this is so much a leak as it is just like, this is really obvious, especially when you're announcing Doomsday and Secret Wars as the two movies. Comic fans can glean a lot of information just from the titles itself. So I would not be surprised. I do love the idea of there just being a moratorium on things that matter for a little bit in Marvel and just giving us these kind of one-shotty little Battle World things. I'm not really explaining the battle worlds. So the battle world was essentially broken up into different regions, and each region posited. There's a lot of feedback. Is that me? Is this on my end? Can everyone
Just
hear
on
me
your end.
still?
We're good. You're
Okay,
good. Yeah.
fantastic. Great. I'm gonna go crazy. So it all the different realms posited if things had gone wrong or things had gone different, right? So there was a realm that was over with the Ultron AI. Hey, I remember Ultron, Age of Ultron. Yes, you did. Congratulations. Get yourself a cookie. They were fighting the Marvel Zombies. We've already had the Marvel Zombies show up in the What If series. So boom, there's probably going to be a story there. So there were some great ideas, great execution that was, again, just really kind of unfortunately cut short by the narrative of a big overarching storyline, as comics are apt to do. But yeah, Brian, did I answer your question?
I believe so. I think you got it. I think I have to go to Pepe on this. Pepe, did he answer the question?
Spot on.
Thank you,
Thanks, man.
No, I think it's obvious. It's an obvious choice if we're trying to just get rid of the whole Kang thing. He's not even really a part, from what I remember in Secret Wars.
He's heartbroken.
For the tie-ins. Well, of
He's
course
heartbroken,
he is.
Sean. He's heartbroken.
Well, you know, yeah, he did.
He loves
to himself.
Kang so much.
Anywho, no, I think this is obvious if they go this way. I think will be unexpected for the MCU crowd because I'm not super sure how they're going to deal with the fact that, you know, RDJ is playing Doctor Doom. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It'd be a supercharged variant that, again, they're also saying that Tom Cruise might pop in here too as Iron Man. And I'm like,
but again, it's cyclical though, right? Like, who the last time the Russos had an Avengers movie, the bad guy wins in the first one, they come back and band together and beat him in the second one. We're gonna do the fucking same thing again. Like, nothing's new.
New characters.
Kinda. I don't know.
New old characters.
We'll see what happens. There's, you know,
We don't like new. We like money.
Look up Secret Wars, guys.
Yes. We like money. Does this shock you, Allie? This whole premise that they're going to be making this, pretty much as Sean says, we're just going to redo Avengers before. Does that make sense to you? Do you think that's what they're thinking, or do you think they have no idea that they're actually repeating themselves one more time?
I assume that they are. That's their entire business model. Let's do the same thing as many times as people will pay to see it. That's what they're doing. Like, you know, it was great for the first few years, and then it was like, gosh, are they ever going to do anything else? No. Follow the formula, make the money, pull the money.
That's what Robert Downey Jr. is a money grab, pretty much, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
I feel like it is. He's a fan favorite, right? Why would we not use a fan favorite if it'll get people back in watching these movies?
Put those butts in those seats. Is this anything you want to watch, Allie? Do you like these movies at all? Are you a fan?
I enjoyed a lot of the movies for a while, and then they got to be too much, and there were several that I didn't care about, like the Marvels. I didn't see that. I don't care about it, but neither did anybody else, which is why they're pulling this. And honestly, I mean, my interest is piqued. You know, maybe I would watch these after skipping several movies. And I'm certainly not going to go catch up.
Yeah, you could skip them. The Marvels, again, it was supposed to be a superpower charged team, and they just did a lot of things like that musical world that was just really weird. And, you know, the cats
sucked.
That was not great. I mean, it was another one of those like pandering movies, right? Look at the girl power. I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't need that in my life. It
was the plot of Spaceballs, also, right? Because the bad guy was just stealing the environment,
You're right,
the oceans, and something else, right? It was just
Sans the vacuum.
Like, yeah, fucking Spaceballs Captain did it. Why the hell can't the Marvels?
He's a hero.
Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Not great. Not great.
No, you're right. It was Spaceballs a lot of way. I mean, that movie was just like, it was what, I mean, there's just a plethora of like, just, what you giving me, Marvel? That Secret Invasion show was shit. It just felt like there was like reshoot bullshit. Oh, terrible.
Fucking Samuel Jackson. Jackson sits down for like 95% of his scenes. Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
Yeah. He was sitting down in most of his fights for the Marvels, which was hilarious. And, you know, most of the scenes of him in Secret Invasion were like in a car driving. It was fantastic. Fucking.
And William
ugh.
Buck Rogers, I feel like the Marvels was confusing because it wasn't released when it was supposed to be released. Secret
Yeah, too.
Invasion was they switched the whole thing around, and I think they just didn't care because they didn't think it was going to do well because it was testing bad. So like whatever, just throw it out there and see what happens. Maybe we'll make some money back on this return. And they really didn't. They really didn't. And it's like they put a lot of time into those characters. That's what happens. Mike, are you super stoked to see Robert Downey Jr. try to eliminate half the I'm not half the population, just trying to bring everybody together at a different planet where we can survive, thrive, grow, and be dominated by him all day long? Or is this not for you?
Oh man, I mean, you got me all over the place, Brian. Destroying half the population. I'm not well. That's great. Being dominated by RDJ. I mean, who's going to say no to that?
Makes for a good story. That's a good story right there, yeah.
Not cool people, Mike. Not cool people.
Battle World is what I want to know more about. Like to be quite frank, basically my only exposure to Victor Von Doom is in issue number 5 of the original Fantastic Four comic book. I don't have a deep lore history with this guy. Obviously, RDJ is just about as lovable as can be. He pulls off an impossible task, which is he's snarky, he's Hollywood beautiful, and yet like we still like him. He's great to root for. He somehow pulls off like underdog vibe despite having everything going for him. Sean, would you mind elucidating some more about what's interesting about this whole Battle World concept? It sounds like it's going to provide an opportunity for them to work outside of the continuity a little bit. Is that what I was getting from what you were saying?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So essentially, every universe or like storyline that was famous throughout Marvel's history, that became a subdomain. And I'm looking on this fantastic Marvel fandom wiki, so this is not top of mind, so don't think that. But there were 41 domains in Battleworld known and numbered on the map, with Doomstadt being Doom's kind of central mecca. But we had stuff like Spider Island, which was essentially
Great vacation spot.
Spider Island.
Spider Island was a storyline from Spider-Man, where the entire population of New York City gained Spider-Man powers, and how does Spider-Man exist in that kind of world? So that was interesting. There's the domain of Apocalypse. Again, Apocalypse showed up in X-Men '97. Maybe we got some stuff going on there.
Careful of him. He's kind of touchy.
Yes, he is. He is.
He's a little touchy.
Yeah. Again, yeah. There's just a ton of shit in here to kind of like explore. There were so many really great little mini series within Battle World. There was like 3 rounds of them, to be honest with you. It was Battle Zone, something else.
Battle Toads, Battle Spaceship, Battle Earth.
Battles in Galactica.
Battlefield Earth.
Battleship.
Everyone. Oh, there they are. Okay, great.
Battletoads.
Marvel 2099 had their own domain, right? So that's where all the future Marvel heroes, those people existed too. So tons of good ones in there. Trying to think what one of my favorite one was at the time. Probably the Civil War.
I don't need your Civil War.
Yes. Okay. So there was yes. Okay. So there was a Civil War, which was a very famous storyline in the comic books. Some of that plot was put into obviously Captain America's Civil War. So we saw a little bit of that, but it posited if the Civil War had never been remedied, and basically the United States was split down the middle, some heroes on one side, some heroes on the other. So yeah, there's a ton of good shit in there. But again, if they just let it be its own thing instead of contributing or trying to tie into the main storyline, that's one of the big issues with modern comics nowadays, is you have a main storyline and then a billion thousand tie-ins that try to make themselves worthy at that point.
You think that this was a shift that occurred after the whole Kang situation? It was a pivot? Or
100%.
was it planned all
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't think you introduce the Council of Kangs without the idea of playing into that multiverse idea. Thankfully, yes, Doom is a great backdoor into still getting that multiverse mentality without actually going to different universes, right? So if we get a Battle World, conceptually it's the same world. It's just a little
That's what it
remix
sounded
and
like.
difference. All shame. Yeah.
But it sure
So I
is
think
fun.
maybe that's a way to get people to care again. I think again, like when you think about the Avengers and how the MCU kind of like it's kind of lost its ways. It's just you just kept raising the bar and raising the level, right? It was Earth. Then we were in space. Then we were in different timelines. Then we were in different universes. And it's just like, where else can you go?
Your parents'
And the things
backyard.
that did well. Exactly.
You got to watch out for the mailmen. You got to watch out for the bulls, the marmots,
Yep.
your grandma's back there getting it on with
You
the
don't know
little
what
boy.
happens there.
All the serpents, and the chinchillas.
Marvel does really well. Marvel does really well when you stick to the man on the street kind of stuff. And I think this is a way to maybe get back to some of that a little bit. But I love the idea of that period of time. I think, what is it, like a year and a half, 2 years or something like that, where things are Battle World-esque, because again, that just opens it up where one-off stories told in a different universe with familiar characters in different ways, which is exactly my cup of tea. Elseworlds,
Yeah, that's
what
great.
ifs,
What's not to love?
go.
So you're saying there's a
yeah.
chance that all these movies will take place on Battleworld? You're saying there's a
If
chance.
they pull it up, I think so. Again, it's trying to fix something that I'm not sure there's a fix for, right? Like we talked about Deadpool last week. Deadpool 3 was definitely not the Marvel fix that I think they were
I
looking
still liked
for.
it a lot.
No, it was fine. It was great.
I
It was
did.
okay.
Right?
It was
Come on, you can't.
it was the proper reckoning and proper grieving of the Sony universe and the Fox universe and all that shit.
Yeah, let that shit
Sorry,
die.
Fox, yeah. And that let that shit out, and it was great. It was nice to do that, and because now it's like, oh, maybe we should appreciate what we do have now with Marvel. But there's a lot to still to be done to fix Marvel. There's gonna be so many contrarian fanboys out there wondering, where's Arrow showing up? I gotta get where's the Black Knight? Where's that happening?
Shit.
I don't fucking care, man. We had Pat and voice Puck or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know what the hell Marvel was thinking. They just threw too much spaghetti at the wall.
They tried it. They tried it. It fell off. It
what we
slipped.
can do.
It slid, and then we ended up where we're at right now. Peppy, how did Sean do with the comic facts tonight?
Outstanding, baby.
Oh,
my God.
thanks.
Thank you.
Feeling good about it. But Doctor Doom is moving forward over in the MCU. Robert Downey Jr. Battleworld, that's the plan. It makes sense for Sean. It makes sense for us. It might be a cash grab, as we're talking about. Allie and I were saying, it might be a cash grab, but it might be the best cash cow they've made in a long time. Well, since Deadpool Wolverine. But before that, yeah, you're figuring it out. But speaking of cash grabs, everybody, another cash grab that I'm actually very excited about is National Treasure. And National Treasure 3 is finally moving forward. Not a TV show. No. We're getting Nick Cage back in the saddle one more time. We're going to have him get out there and find that Declaration of Independence and those fucking aliens, maybe. I want to ask that question. But that leads me to our featured story of the night.
No.
So the first draft is done for National Treasure 3, bringing Justin Bartha and Nick Cage back one more time, finding out about Benjamin. His name's not Benjamin Franklin, but it's Benjamin something in this. I don't know. But he's coming back one more time. Was it Benjamin what?
Benjamin Button.
But Benjamin Button. But the first draft is done and it's been a while since 2007, the last one. 2004 was the first one, 2007 for the Book of Secrets, and Walt Disney Production now is moving forward 3. That's a long time, isn't it, Mike?
Goddamn years, Brian.
It's a long time. And Ted Elliott's writing this script. He was speaking with Screen Rant about the whole production, saying that he's finished his first draft, but now he's going back to do some revisions on it to bring the whole team back together. The Book of Secrets, of course, it's been so long. There's also that television show that came out over on Disney Plus Edge of History. That's actually going to be still canon, this he's saying too. Now, the biggest thing is Harvey Keitel passes away in that. I think that's what they were really going to push. Like, he's going to be gone for this. It sucks. I loved Harvey Keitel. He's awesome. And they killed him off like in the beginning of that whole show. I know a lot of people didn't like that. Didn't do that well. Didn't test well. Got canceled. They shot in Hawk anamorphic lenses. Shot to Hawk. Great lenses. But it just didn't work out. But bringing Nick Cage back, bringing Justin Bartha, bringing the team, bringing them together, we're going to find out. Now, I said before, I said aliens, Mike. I said aliens. Maybe it's aliens. Because remember, at the end of Book of Secrets, they find like the president's diary where they say everything that we're supposed to keep top secret. Mm-hmm. And like, And then Harvey Keitel goes, look at this page, wherever the hell it was. And then he opens up, it's Area 51. And so I said, maybe that's a weird tease. Maybe they want to bring aliens
that was
in.
before Indiana Jones Aliens Attack came out. So it's passe now.
You're right. So, Mike, do you think they're going to do aliens, or do you think there's a narrative here that's different, a different historical, you're a historian on the show too, or religious historian.
Okay,
on top of that, is there a religious historian fact or storyline they could use, they could bring into this where it involves either the Illuminati or United States or something that'd be great for this story to make us care about this national treasure being found?
I can't engage with you on that question seriously, Brian, because we'll be here all night if I'm talking. Nicolas Cage he's going to come across the mythical Hindu bird, the Garuda, and he's gonna fly him to the Declaration of Independence, because obviously that's what we all want to happen. Everybody wants to see the Garuda and Bahamut and all these other Final Fantasy characters that are pulled directly from religious texts. I want them to keep the alien stuff as just another cute bit, because obviously it's a tantalizing kind of end of Back to the Future moment to tease these aliens. But then again, it could just be a throwaway joke in this movie. What I'm surprised with is, presumably Nick Cage could have made this movie at any time if he gave a shit, because both of those movies made a bunch of money, right?
Yeah.
Or has it just been this amount of time that's allowed the culture to really fall in love and appreciate these crazy, stupid movies?
I mean, it could be. Then the chat too. Edward Hyde was saying nobody cares about these movies. Who's gonna actually watch this? Abigail Chase, is that who was his wife in this? I think.
Well, I think Edward Hyde is wrong. I think I've got some nephews. I mentioned this to their mom, my sister, the other day, and she's like, "Oh, great, another National Treasure movie." Because my nephews are 22, 23 right now, so they were very young when this came out, and they loved it. It was their Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I can see that. It's a great adventure movie too, and it's like one of those games you play where they give you hints and you go to the next thing, and it's you go to this page, you go to that page. I think it kind of has a great feeling.
Genius. It's not. They're not giving away Oscars for National Treasure 3,
No.
but that's not the intention of this kind of project.
No, it's not. It's supposed to, again, I think it entices you with history a little bit, brings that into the fact, makes you learn something a little bit, but it's more of that adventure of going out there and finding a MacGuffin, That's really what it is. And the MacGuffin's a big thing that they do in Indiana Jones, like you said as well. And I think it does work really well. But this, again, there might be some disconnect. Maybe Gen Z doesn't care about this. I don't know. Mike says there might be. Allie, what do you think? Do you think there's still an audience? Now, Edge of Tomorrow, or Edge of Dark, it's Edge of something, whatever they call it, Edge of History, the Disney Plus that nobody watched. I mean, I watched the first couple episodes. I tried. So that did poorly. It did piss poorly on Disney Plus. The fact is, they had plans to do 3 or 4 seasons. They were working on a second season, getting the scripts together, figuring stuff out, and it tanked. Is that a sign that maybe this can't work out? Or is that a sign of Nick Cage's star power that he needed to be in this or nobody's going to watch it?
I think it's that. Sorry.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, this is probably the last revival attempt for National Treasure. There are enough people who will go off the nostalgia of it alone to be into it. It's really hard to imagine that Nick Cage would turn this down at any point or put off doing this at any point.
Really, right?
It's just a few years ago, he was so desperately in debt. He had so much gambling debt or whatever. And,
Dinosaur bones.
I know I heard stories about Nick Cage, if you meet him, he has a menu of this is how much to show up at his party and stuff like that.
he just passes it out, he shakes your hand and he's like, "Oh, here, by the way, I do kids parties
for you." Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's been redeeming himself in the last couple of years. I think Renfield was great. I think Longlegs was an amazing movie.
Pig.
But he's been doing a handful of things that are great, but he just had to redeem himself and get back in there.
And now
Maybe
he's back in the saddle.
Maybe he can revive it.
He's also Spider-Man War now too. He did all the animated versions, but the live-action 8-episode series is coming on Amazon as well for him. So he's gonna be an older Spider-Man in the 50s or 40s or mid 20s. I don't know. It's a period piece. 20s, I think. But yeah, it's in there. It's Nick Cage. It's Nick Cage. I think you're right, Allie. I think he could have done this movie at any point. At any point. And honestly, he did need money for a long time. That was a whole joke, and he didn't make fun of it in the movie with him and Pedro Pascal.
Unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah. And that too, they made fun of it as well. So I mean, he could have any time, but maybe is this the time? Maybe this is the time now. Sean, what do you think? What makes now the time? Why is it so important? Again, the series just tanked. Why now? Why is he gonna come to it? Big sack of money? What do you think, Sean?
I think it's a big sack of money. I think it's the fact that Disney needs a win, and I think that the IP people have been clamoring for this. People just love to kind of go around on capers, and this clue leads to this thing, and if you pee on the Declaration of Independence, it'll tell you your future.
You get wings.
You get wings. Yeah, why the fuck not? I think it's a win. It's a fun little romp through history. You learn a little bit, but really you're just there for the Jerry Bruckheimer-ness of it all. I don't see why the fuck not. Something's going on. We're just getting so much Nick Cage right now. Like,
oh yeah, we are.
The dude put in the fucking work. A year or two and we're just now seeing the dividends. So, fucking keep the gravy train rolling, and rolling. And I'd watch the fuck out of this. I was in my hotel room in Philadelphia for a conference late at night trying to sleep, and friggin' National Treasure was on. And I'm like, can't go to sleep now. Got to watch this shit.
Hotel is the perfect venue to watch National Treasure.
It was some like off-brand, like Turner Classic Movies or some shit, or USA.
Turner Classic Movies. I feel like it shouldn't be on there yet.
I don't know any networks that are on. I still like shit. It's just amazing to me.
It was on USA Up all night.
Sometimes. Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
Be careful. Next thing, we're gonna have another Con Air.
Yeah. It might happen.
I say my prayers, Allie.
I just want Face Off too. That's been a rumor for a long time. They had a script for a long time.
Yes.
I'm like, can we just get Face?
Is it going to be triple
I'm
faces?
very curious.
Face off?
I don't know, man.
They both need money. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah,
what's Travolta doing these days?
He was at the Olympics.
Yes.
He was at the Olympics.
Producing, I think.
Wow.
He was at the Olympics looking like a Bond villain or some shit.
Brian, you come back to Michigan. We're writing a script for Face Off too. Okay.
We should, because they had one at one point, and I know Nick Cage talked about it a few times in interviews about like, oh, we're moving forward. It's the fan base wants to see it. I want to do it, but it never got anywhere. Yeah, it just kind of got.
I thought
stalled.
they finally got Travolta on board. I definitely have the rumor, but it sounds like they did.
I think he was on board, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it for like. It's been a while now. Like nothing rumblings at all.
See, this is so questionable. We're getting a lot of hate in the chat for the National Treasure movies, which it's up to taste. No problems there.
Yeah.
But Buck Rogers down here, he's about Con Air, which I'm also a big Con Air fan.
Yeah,
but I just love the hair dryers. So like
Malkovich was great in that too.
Did you lose them too? I'm back.
Malkovich was great in that too. Oh, hey, welcome back, Sean. You were here the whole time.
You guys left.
I'm
very confused. Oh my god.
Pepe, even Pepe knows. Pepe, he was here, right? He was here the whole time, right? Just tell me. Please, what, man? Oh, whatever.
Okay.
I don't.
Pep star Shalamading Ding Doozag.
Thanks, Peps. You might hate it. There might be some hate for National. But you gotta have love for Nick Cage, please, in the chat. Have some love for Nick Cage. This guy has been
gotta love.
He's like 124 movies or something like that in his life. It's something insane. And he's like, the one you have to see. That's a thing. Is Pig. That's like the one they say you see more than anything. And I was like, all right, man, great movie, but I just gotta say, Nick Cage. In my book, I'll watch everything. It might be shit, but I'm still gonna love you in it. And I don't. At the end of the day, Long Legs was great. Keep doing more stuff like that.
What happened in Kruse Court?
No, he's not going to.
He was declared. He was legally declared as the greatest actor alive. Was he not?
No, I don't think he was. I think we had a split court a little bit there.
That is.
Yeah, it's legally binding from 6:35 until about 8 o'clock at night Pacific Coast time. That's about it. But yeah, I gotta say I'm excited about this. I think it could be fun. I know there's hate about it, but if you get the team together, you spend enough time on this, working on the script. Hopefully, it's gonna be fantastic. It took us 20 years, over 12. It took us almost 20 years, almost 20 years.
Like
Why not?
fine wine. Why
To
the
write
hell
one
not?
draft, this better be a fucking killer draft. That's all I gotta say. But National Treasure 3 is finally moving forward. Are you excited about it? Do you hate this idea? Or can you not get enough Nick Cage? Let us know. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control tonight. Appreciate you as always. Happy hump day. It's not that time where you can get that hump in if you didn't do it yet. So, as you were before the show. Mr. Mike Casey, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, appreciate you, my residential, intellectual, thrusting baby boy. I appreciate you so much, man.
It rhymes when you say it like that, Brian. Thanks for having me on. It was a blast. And and if you get the Nick Cage stories going on, he makes the final story an awful lot. Like it's a ramp up when you got Nick Cage on the show.
Rush into that cage, man. Get to that cage. New Cage World Order. Don't join that cult. Mr. Sean Sullivan, thank you so much for bringing in the comic facts about Battle World, being here every hump day, and of course, keeping it stylish. Appreciate you, Meat Raffle. Good to see you, man.
Guys, I promise to wear a clean next time. If it's Wednesday, it's got to be Kruse Control. I'm going to be here. And yeah, thanks for letting me riff on all things comics and all that bullshit news. So there you go.
Is that sexual, Meat Raffle? Like, I don't even know what that means.
No, it's a real
That's his
thing
other t-shirt.
in Minnesota. Meat Raffle is a real thing in Minnesota. It's like a cakewalk. You show up, you walk.
They don't sanction off men during Meat Raffle?
I mean,
Right?
not in Minnesota. Not what I've seen.
It's like a bidding war for the...
Minnesota.
Not Minnesota. No.
Sexual
Keep your meat
harassment.
raffle in your pants. Keep it in your pants. Miss
Sorry, I'll work on
Allie
that.
Perez. Allie, thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control again. Appreciate you. So lovely to see you again. Thank you for being here on a hump day and dealing with the crazy sexual innuendos we might throw at you sometimes. Appreciate
Thanks.
you. I hope you had a great time.
Such a great time. A meat raffle used to be how I picked my dates.
Meat Raffle is now trending on TikTok. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here again on Kruse Control. Enjoy your hump day. Come on back on Friday. We're finally back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule again. So happy to have you here today. I hope you had a great time. Please like and subscribe as always. Pass that word on. Helps a lot. And you have to keep spreading that word, everybody. If you don't spread that word, we just be stuck in this void of never-ending growth. And it has been growing quite a bit because of you. Because you've been telling those animals out there. You've been spreading the word, telling your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas and grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmas and grandparents that had babies that came to you eventually, and you all like Kruse Control, and that's fantastic. But they didn't have babies only you. They had babies. They had fucking babies. And the chinchillas watched, the beavers, the bears, the badgers, different time. They were all in the bedroom having a good time. The kangaroos hopped around too,
Chinchillas
picked
had
up.
babies.
The little Joey
Wednesday.
came out too. It's
Yeah,
all whole
babies.
stuff. They put the Joey back in the pouch. You know what? But it still saw it all. When Super Mummies came in, all the fucking beavers would whack with their paddlebacks, get in there too. They were a part of the whole fucking orgy. It was fucking crazy. They got in your pool. They had a fucking water birth, and then all of a sudden, you all subscribe to Kruse Control. And that's how life comes together. I spit. Anyways, everybody, have a great night. We appreciate you as always.
Always on the meat raffle.
What?
Fucking day. Great show, everybody.
Wow.
Great
Happy
show.
Friday, everybody. Until next time.
No, it's not Friday.
See ya.